Ah.
Yeah. Gotta hurry up because we almost at 2%.
He has also arrived.
I have extrapolated to myself. It was wonderful.
Okay.
Tell you what, maybe I can probably, like, because I kind of do know what some of these, stories are about a little bit, at least the premise for them. So maybe I can just go over the premise and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely stay in chat if you want.
I don't think we need to just explain the entire series in depth. But
Yeah, of course, of course.
We don't really do morals here.
Especially since moral mushrooms are really expensive. No, it's like you have to like go out and find them. You can't grow them. Yeah, I was also making a joke. You could. I felt the need to keep going because none of you got the joke because I guess you aren't like familiar with mushroom types. So morel is a type of mushroom that you can only find like growing. You have to forage them. I don't think they found a way to like like farm them, and have them be farmable. It's like truffles. You have to go out and find them.
Yes, there is exactly 3 badgers.
And a mouthful of crabs.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
I'm Nick Cage, and I was the reason why that movie is in black and white. I have not seen a Nicolas Cage movie in a long while, so I just assume that's how it talks.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, one and all. This is, what the fuck's today's date? May the 29th, yes, the 29th, soon to be June, and then July, and then August, and September, then the greatest month ever, October, and then November, that no one gives a shit about, and then December.
People give a shit about November.
Okay, only 5 people give a shit about November, but anywho. So,
you of all people would love a holiday where you just stuff yourself full of food.
Oh, you call me a fat sow. Thank you, Erica.
No?
You're such a... Well, you're not? Wow, Erica.
I said that you probably would like eating and food.
Yes, but Erica, also, I wouldn't mind you calling me such names.
Oh,
Steady.
okay then.
Anywho... Anyway, so yes. Now, welcome everyone. We are glad to be back. We are all happy to see you yet again for the 100th time. We all love you guys. And also, today is going to be a great day. It's going to be kind of rainy here, so there's clouds overhead, and I don't know if we're going to get any, issues with that. Maybe a hiccup, I don't know. If I log off by any means, I apologize. Again, gray clouds and, well, weather and whatever is gonna do weird shit. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am your glorious, fabulous, thickest of all ice onis, Color Never Melter. And this is our podcast, Anime Colosseum. Erica?
Oh, hello, I'm Erica Ironblood. I am your thick, big-bootied, imp, devil, lolly baba VTuber, or PNG tuber, and I will be among the quartet of hosts for you.
I thought you were...
And, Abyssal, introduce
Howdy,
yourself.
Howdy everyone, this is Abyssal Tech, your underwater tech support. I'm currently suffering from the craving that only acquiring more tomato plants can satisfy.
He has an intense itch, and the only cure is more tomato plants.
Now, and Alex, your turn.
Is Mike okay? Am I okay?
Yeah,
Yes,
your
yes,
mic
yes, yes,
is
we can hear
okay.
you, we can hear you.
Microphone.
Howdy, it's Alex the Kid, and I'm both an artist and a cowboy, and you'll never know what I mean when I say draw. I am currently making hamburgers.
Cheeseburger.
Yes.
And just as a side note, I was not very prepared today to discuss my choices and series and stuff like that. So I'll probably try to be as brief as possible, but maybe I'll talk about a couple other things here and there. But yeah, just if it seems like if I'm not going too in depth about like the series stuff, that's my own fault. Sorry.
And also, this was, his idea. Let's not forget that.
And makes it even worse.
Yes, yes. But don't worry. Again, if we're talking about a topic you at least know a little bit of a slither of, then by all means, join in and, say words. But, again, we are glad that you are here regardless, because we are a team. We, care about each other, and, something, friendship is magic, something, Care Bear, Rainbow Bright, whatever. Now, with that being said and done, let us discuss the anime of the day. And if I recall correctly, Alex said this was Abyssal's idea, so Abyssal!
Yes, Orion High School Host Club. This is definitely one of the nice, fun slice of life ones, where the main character named Haruhi gets swept into got into a rich kid's school on merit alone, and then ran afoul of the host club. It's basically a group of guys who make it their job to outrageously flirt with girls. Not for any nefarious purpose, but, just to make them do the smooth thing.
Basically, it is a school-friendly version of a host club. So there's no alcohol consumption,
No hanky-panky.
Yeah, no risk of that happening. No risk of a white-haired fox woman actually, what the fuck did Tenma do in the host club? I know, like...
We don't talk about Tenma's encounter with the host club.
We don't talk about Bruno.
This is a family show.
Eh?
We don't talk about Bruno.
What is that? When did this happen?
I said we don't talk about this.
No, when family show.
Yes. We are very wholesome chungus. Just ignore my tits and Erica's ass. And anything lewd that we say. And do.
Anyway,
Anyway, the first twist in the series comes when Haruhi he accidentally breaks a valuable vase and is basically blackmailed into working for the host club to help repay the cost of it.
Mm-hmm.
Later, after Haruhi gets into a bit of a mess and cleaning up, the host club discovers that Haruhi, who they all thought was a guy, most of them thought was a guy for all this time, is revealed to be a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, she continues to pretty much disguise herself as a girl, as a guy, mainly because it's less of a hassle for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like her entire motivation for dressing like a dude is, oh, this is less of a pain in my ass to deal this.
Mm-hmm.
She cleans up very nicely though.
Mm-hmm. Alright then. So, well, with that being said and done, let us continue. Now, today's episode is brought to you by the letter F for fuck, or that word that me and Eric can say, but we can't say it on YouTube because YouTube's a bitch. Even though we have
something that rhymes with Horatio.
I was going for more, Daggett.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what were we? Wait. Okay, no, I'm just going to continue. Anyway, so, as I was saying before, Erica's shenanigans. Now, we're going to talk about females in anime/manga. Now, this came up a couple of weeks ago when some brain trust decided to say, girls in anime is a new concept and it or new.
We do not have any. We need more female-centric shows in anime. And by that, I mean shonen, which literally means young boy. I am talking out to my ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
my
so,
impression of the person saying that, by the way.
and so we decided that we, the actual anime fans, will just basically prove the filthy, disgusting, bottom-feeding, shit-slinging tourist wrong, as per usual, because
You can just call her a dumbass.
yeah, but it's more fun to put all those other fun words together. That way they know exactly just what they are and why they suck.
It was like too much work to waste on that one person.
But anywho, I digress. So, anime has...
I used Occam's razor.
So, anime has always had female protagonists. And these rules are simple. I decided that let's not do any ecchi. I mean, yes, there can be ecchi elements, but it can't be full-on interspecies reviewers or icon where it's just horny because horny's got a horny. Mind you, both of those shows are fantastic, but it's not, let's be real, they would use that against us, and well, it's like, oh, of course you would choose the ecchi stuff, that's all you think women are. Well, no. We know women are more than just boing boing. And okay, you were about to say words?
No. When you said butt, I was wanting to interject saying, and this is a big butt.
Okay. But anywho. And so,
Also, you intentionally gotten the song Chichiwa Moge from Zatch Bell stuck in my head.
Nice.
By saying boing boing.
Boing. But anywho. But yes, it can have ecchi elements like, say, Fire Force, but it cannot be overall horny is the main topic. Seven Kagura and Queen's Blade, while do have amazing action and beautiful women, it does 40-40 go 100% with, horny on main. And also, I made it even more of a challenge to have everything be from the beginning of manga/anime to 2010, which kind of bit me in the ass, because I just realized that B&A, Brand New Animal, was made in 2020, and Little Witch Academia was made in 2017. So I kind of sort of shot myself in the foot with that one. Wow. But, you know what, still, I at least got my 3. And with that being said, let's begin and show that there are women who are more than just boing boing, and that there are awesome, amazing female characters. Now, first and foremost, wait, hold on, let me go back. Sorry, I was like, do. Now, oh, Erica, you are up.
Alright, let's see what it be to display. Alright, so this is Dominion Tank Police. I'm using, well, this is Dominion, the original manga, but I'm referring to the entirety of Dominion, like Dominion Tank Police, Dominion, and New Dominion Tank Police. So, Dominion Tank Police is about a girl named Leona Hold on, what is her full name? Is it Ozaki? Hold on. Dominion... Tank Police. Oh, Leona Ozaki. So so this is set in a fictional, futuristic, dystopian world set in the... It's set in a version of Earth in the dystopian future of 2012. Sorry, it's one of those. Anyway, so basically they're it's dystopia. Anyway, so Leona originally was part of the motorcycle division, but basically, requested a transfer to the tank police. Hold on. She basically wanted to transfer to the tank police. It wasn't the department being like, let's move her to the tank police because reasons. So the tank police are mostly, if not purely, male dominated. And while a lot of the members are cool with it, the head honcho guy is like, what the why did you?
Oh.
Basically, he's like, woman. He's typical sexist type of behavior. He's like, I don't expect her to understand anything of this. And
girls belong in the kitchen.
No, it's more like tanks are not meant to be driven by women or something like that. She ends up messing up by, in order to chase after some criminals, she unintentionally destroys his personal tank. The chief of the tank police, Britain. But afterwards, she builds a tank out of the parts of his old tank and makes a tank called Bonaparte, which is essentially, Bonaparte is such an amazing tank that most of the tanks in the tank used by the tank police end up using Bonaparte as a model. But anyway, she ends up becoming the front face for the tank police. Basically, she ends up just kicking all sorts of ass with Bonaparte, and essentially, when all the tanks are essentially disabled by Bwaku, she comes and is able to stop them. And the second one, eventually the Britain is like, yeah, I was wrong. You can say you're actually a really great member of the tank police. She basically adapts to the mindset of the tank police very quickly. In the second OVA, she literally almost murders an interrogation suspect because he unintentionally caused damage to Bonaparte. like one of the guys is like, "What matters more, a man's life or a tank? A tank, of course." So, yeah, and yeah, I haven't rewatched New Dominion Tank Police, but she's even more like really badass in that. And I think in the later series, the two Puma sisters end up working for the Tank Police.
And everyone knows and loves the Puma Sisters for wholesome reasons.
Yeah, I mean they're in uniform, so. But I think Anna Puma actually becomes like the the pilot for like one of the operators for Bonaparte, along with Leona. Fucking hold on, let me see his name. Al, who at first you think he is going to be the love interest for Leona, but after Bonaparte is built, literally he is essentially third wheeled it, which I find funny. It's just like, oh, you want to take me out, but we have to go someplace with the indoor garage. And he's like, why? Because if we don't, Bonaparte's gonna get cold. It's like, what the? It's just like, and he's like, oh, Bonaparte's okay. And he just like pushes him out of the way to just hug Bonaparte. It's super funny. Yeah.
All right.
So Leona Ozaki is a really amazing tank police woman, and yeah.
Oh, also just curious, just to kind of do a thing here. Do you have the date that this came out, or the year rather? You don't have to say
This
the date.
was I think the manga was released in 1988.
Mm-hmm.
The anime, I think, let's see, was released also, hold on, in 1988. The second OVA was released in 1993. Tank SWAT was released in 2006.
Alright then. Well then, with that being said, we can see that clearly strong, amazing, awesome women have been a thing ever since the 80s. So point one to the anime fans.
Masamune Shiro, most, if not all of his work has like a strong like female protagonist, including Ghost in the Shell and Appleseed.
And yeah, but with that being said and done though, let's continue. And what do we have next? Alex, was this your shindig or was this Abyssal shindig?
This is me.
Oh, Abyssal, here's your shindig.
Sokuno Strain, also in English, Strain Strategic Armored Infantry. I like the Japanese better, personally. Nice.
Sometimes the Japanese version sounds better.
It's a rather heartwarming series about a girl who's rather obsessed with her brother, specifically stabbing him in the face 17 times. Once for all the people that she cares about that he ends up murdering throughout the series. So, yeah, basically in the far future, there's two nations that are at war. Her and her brother fight for one side until her brother, for some various reason, decides to betray them.
As you do.
And let's say up till this point, she was very much a total brocon. And like I said, following that, she's still kind of a brocon, but it's more she wants to kill him after finding the truth of what the fuck happened. You know, kind of having your own flesh and blood kill all your friends does that. But anyway, there's some theoretical time physics, some aliens involved, some actually decent CGI robot fights. So
Hell
the
yeah.
one series of robots, Strains, are actually very well done in CG. So the times where, even though they're definitely a kind of more of a super robot type, when they get overwhelmed and destroyed, it doesn't feel cheap. Like, oh, these things are so strong, until suddenly the plot doesn't need them to be strong.
Mm-hmm.
Always hated that. But it's got lots of cute girls, lots of quite a bit of fan service, and it actually ends on somewhat of a high note. So, despite the fact that a lot of her friends and love interests are that she got after her brother's initial killing of her friends and love interests are also now dead.
Now, just curious, do you at least have the date?
This was first aired in November 2006, so it's a bit of an older series. I kind of picked it because I really enjoyed it, but I haven't seen very many people who even know it existed.
So it's a bit of a, what's it called?
Bit of a, I don't know what you'd call it.
Yeah. Well, like, I know the word, but it just doesn't escape me at the moment. Blah. But okay then.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
No. We can go on from here.
Alright. Oh, Alex. Now, I know you didn't have, like, your homework prepared. However, is there at least some things that you can at least say, about this that you picked out? And mind you, you don't have to be super duper professional. Alex?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry. I'm still making hamburgers.
He's not a part of this podcast.
But anyway.
Okay, let me take a look here. Okay, so this is the series Zumi, and it was made in, I believe, 1996. It basically is a story of Zumi, who is been trained to be a ninja, and with the rest of her friends, and at least the part that I at least remember when I started reading it was the part where they were training and you were kind of getting to know everybody and whatnot. Also, for some reason, everybody didn't think Izumi was a girl.
Nani?
Like, it's mostly just her among the boys and stuff like that.
She's not like other girls.
Was there like other girls? I
Oh no! I was
clue.
making that. No, I was making the joke. The whole, when the girl says, "Oh, I'm not like other girls."
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, what happens is that Azumi and her friends they're essentially training to be ninjas and stuff like that. And I also think that there's actually there's like a specific war that's going on. I did read in like the description it might be like Sekigahara or something like that. So maybe it's like Sengoku stuff. Sengoku period stuff. But basically what happens is that their master basically tells them that, hey, so you guys are gonna have to kill each other now.
Mm-hmm.
And basically they have to, I guess it's just like their final initiation of being ninjas or something like that. That's what it kind of seemed like. And they basically have to kill each other, and they die brutally because this is a 90s manga, so it kind of, the art style reminds me a lot of Osamu Tezuka's art style a little bit. And I don't know if you guys ever read some of his stuff before.
No.
No? Okay. Well, I've never been reading Buddha. Buddha's pretty nice and violent. Also recommend Dororo if you guys haven't read that one yet. Oh, and watch the anime.
Yes,
It's a really
yes.
good. It's a really good series. But yeah. So they end up having to off each other, and the only one that basically survives is Zumi. And 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 my brother was the one who recommended this manga, and basically he's basically told me that the Zumi's like the best assassin, and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Because this is a typical because since this is a ninja martial arts manga and stuff like that, and it's taking place in a certain like specific time period and whatnot. That means a lot of the that means a lot of the fights are kind of like a one and done kind of thing. So if you get fatally stabbed or just stabbed in general or lose an arm or stuff like that, that's gonna be hard to like. That's gonna be hard to salvage. You're kind of screwed.
Hmm.
You lost an arm. No, it happens. It's laying right over there.
Yeah. And also, great job on that description too, Alex.
Oh really?
Hmm. No, I mean, that was fantastic.
Oh thanks.
Yes, you just have to believe in yourself.
Let's not start turning this into Pro Rapper the Rapper podcast.
I mean, I was going for more Saturday morning cartoon kind of thing where the lesson was believing in yourself, and then we sing some lame ass song, and then it ends with us laughing.
I gotta believe. um, but yeah, and I think that's mostly all I can say about it. It's basically the series is basically about Izumi and her travels and stuff like that, and she also may participate in some wars stuff like that. The covers are actually pretty nice. It mostly just features Izumi, but they're really nicely drawn. I like the coloring and stuff like that, and obviously the art is also pretty nice too. But I'd say if you really want to look for like female like led manga and stuff like that, I think this is a good recommendation. Just keep in mind it is a seinen series.
Hmm. Uh, and is that it?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I could say. If you like ninjas and martial arts stuff like that, I think Azumi is definitely for you.
Hell yeah. And also, as you can by the way tell, it clearly is from, back in the 80s and 90s with the art style.
Yeah, so that means it'll be very brutal and a bit grotesque.
And be
But
metal
probably
as
not-
fuck.
But probably not to the levels of like something like Violence
Man?
Jack or something.
That way the Pambies outside won't complain too much. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure this one does not need any introduction, that being Ghost in the Shell. Now, I remember this way back in, when I was a teenager. It would be Saturday night on Toonami, and, me and my...
It's a Masamune series, also.
me and my bro would watch this. We would stay up late, and we would, I can't say that on a podcast, but just know it was, but anyway, yeah. So, anyway, so basically, this is a landmark Japanese
You
cyber.
can let us know after the podcast.
Well, let's just say Mary Jane was invited. Now,
Alright, Peter Parker.
I hope to God you understood the reference at least.
Yes, I understood.
Okay. Now then, with that being said and done, anyway, this is a Japanese cyberpunk franchise, and it was created by the mangaka known as Masumi, Shiro. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. I can never get it right. But anyway, it has been regarded as one of the most influential anime and sci-fi properties of all frickin' time. Now, this is what it's about. So, basically, it follows, Major Motoko Kasan, I cannot say her last name, who is basically a cyborg counter-cyber terrorist and a field commander. And she's also got a team called the Public Security Section 9, which is basically in the, 21st century in a futuristic Japan. And as you can see, this is a female character. I know that might scare Twitter, but that's okay. No one cares. So, she's a badass. She's a cyborg. She's awesome. She's intelligent. She can come in, kick ass, take names, the whole 9 yards. And also, like I previously just stated, she was something that inspired many other anime and sci-fi properties. And like this right here, again, she inspired way before any other female lead characters in modern anime, manga, what have you. She was at least, I'm not gonna say the first, but you at least got the idea. She was at least something that inspired, other sci-fi mangaka. And also her world is again a post-apocalyptic. We got like cyber terrorists and cyber brains, and it's like Cyberpunk 2077, but without the best Lodi character, and also all the other shenanigans that surround Cyberpunk. This was a bit more different, and still it was awesome, and the action was amazing. And honestly, that's all I gotta really say about this, because again, you need if you and also there was a live action movie that came out, and I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of it. Just know Twitter's got a Twitter, but again, it was aight. It was decent. It was not like I'm going to reveal to you. The anime and the manga, it's amazing. It's awesome. The movie was okay at best, but overall though, this Ghost in the Shell.
Wait, which movie?
The Ghost in the Shell movie.
Are you talking about the anime movie?
No, the live action movie.
Oh, the live action. I'm about to say, I guess, yeah, it was all right, but I think it was pretty great.
Yeah, no, yeah. Did I not say live action? That's on me. Well, yeah, the live action was pretty, okay at best. Like, at least they put in effort, they put in passion, they did have fun, and again, we're going to ignore the Twitter freaks being Twitter freaks. Now, honestly, I highly recommend it. It still holds up. It still has that amazing, unique art style from, back when it was made, and it's a really good watch and read. I highly recommend it. Now, next up is Eric Cole.
Alright. So this is The Slayers, or Slayers. It is a fantasy, originally a light novel series made by, let me check, by Hajime Kanzaka, and it was made in 1989. And in 1995, it was made into an anime. It features Lena Inverse, who is quite possibly the most powerful sorceress in the entire world. For example, so her signature spell is the Dragon Slave. The name is a degeneration of Dragon Slayer that has, over many, many years, deteriorated into its current name, which is essentially a spell meant for killing large monsters. In the first episode, when this town is being attacked by a black dragon, that Lena unintentionally released because she killed all the bandits and didn't know they kept the pet dragon. She basically kills the dragon, but also creates a giant crater in the town center.
As you do.
Lena also has access to an incomplete spell called the Giga Slave, which she used when she was still in sorcery school. she basically found a Clare Bible, which is essentially an ancient manuscript of random ultimate knowledge. This particular manuscript held instructions for a spell that would invoke the Lord of Nightmares, essentially the progenitor of all life and everything. So it was incomplete. So she basically used parts of the Dragon Slave in order to create the Giga Slave. And when she tested it out, she basically created an area where life just stops working. Essentially, it's a land of full negative energy. And she basically didn't tell anyone because she was worried that she'd get in trouble. Eventually, she would use the Giga Slave in conjunction in order to kill essentially the devil of this world, of the Slayer's universe. Well, part of the devil in the Slayer's universe. And then eventually she would find a completed version of that Clare Bible and use it to create the Ragna Blade, which... Sorry. My throat is jumping. She basically is super fucking powerful. Is what I'm trying to fucking say. She is also pretty full of herself. She's like, She's like, I am the one. I mean, to be fair, it is understandable why she'd be like, I am the greatest sorcerer ever, and stuff. But she's also like, I am so sexy. I'm so beautiful. Everybody just loves me, and it's just, and then it's like even it's like, nah. I mean, she is cute and stuff, but like.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people will not like you if you unintentionally blow up half their city. And even when
Well, then they've never lived in California cities, so.
Yeah. Anyway, even in the prequel series where she's basically traveling with Naga the Serpent, she's also pretty powerful. She doesn't have like as much, or isn't able to use the Dragon Slave as much, but she's still pretty powerful with her other spells such as Fireball. The other
Fireball.
And the other spells have like specific like names like Ragna, something Burst Rasblando or something like that.
Magic missile.
No, I don't think they. I think there's freeze arrow. I don't think they use magic missile. So in the series, the series, The Slayers has a has a very large female audience, which actually caused the author to never use this any callback to this particular event ever again. In the first light novel volume, it is revealed that a female magic user's magical abilities are affected by their menstrual cycle. But then he eventually just did not bring that up again ever because he was like, "Oh, I have a very large female audience." That would be kind of weird if the most powerful sorceress could be defeated by having intense cramping.
It's kind of like the whole Wonder Woman's weakness being bound and gagged kind of thing, and like, that's kind of weak sauce.
That was when
what if it's like her fetish, and that. Like,
it was a fetish for the author.
Oh,
the author was BDSM.
Oh, okay. I meant like it was Wonder Woman's fetish.
This was that meme. This was that one meme of the whole crap, what's it called? The author's totally unhidden fetish or whatever.
Barely disguised fetish. Okay.
Yeah. But and also just throwing out there, good on the author for not only doing that, because no one cares what the hell, but also to the tourists who may be watching, you heard that correctly. Erica just stated that this series that has sexy ladies was also popular with a lot of women. Kind of like with redo, not redo, but wait, was it redo of Hero? There was Goblin Slayer. Those
What? I
What?
don't know.
but either way, again,
Yeah, even when Lena and because there is like some times where Lena either loses her powers or has her powers weakened. Eventually, she finds a way not to just restore her powers, but also get even more powerful. Like in the recent, which was actually in 2012 or something, series, she basically has these like talismans that she activates in order to just amplify her already intense power like fourfold or something, and it's just like it is crazy.
mm-hmm.
It's like
Alright,
she is fucking amazing.
alright, let's continue.
And Naga the Serpent's awesome too.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's awesome in the Slayers.
Yes. Now, Abyssal!
Gunbuster!
Buster. One of Studio Gainax's, well, first works. Gunbuster is a 6-episode OVA. It first aired in about 1988.
I was under the impression that Nazca, not Nazca.
That's why I said
Nadia's
one of the
Secret of-
first.
Okay, one of the first. Okay, thank you.
It's a nice turn of phrase. It lets me get away with very blatant chronological errors. That
It
more than 5 minutes of
allows
research.
you to not to basically get away with people being like, actually, I don't really.
Well, actually,
No one likes the actually guy.
so anyway, Gunbuster starts out in the far future year of 2015, when the young girl Noriko's father takes one of humanity's first faster-than-light ships into space, and is promptly killed by space monsters.
I hate when that
This
happens.
year- 6 years later, in the advanced year of 2021, Noriko is in training to become a pilot of a mech that has been designed to fight the space monsters. Because they're still up there in space being jerks, killing fathers and all that. Very rude. Anyway, after being coached, but while she is really struggling at first, the coach of the school, who's one of the survivors, sees in her a bit of talent, and he goes and decides to encourage it. This leads to the standard Japanese high school tropes of unreasonable jealousy, bullying, and finally a climactic fight leading to one of the girls lightning kicking the other in the chest. You see it on all kinds of shoujo series. And then they're off to space. And off to a nice hot tub scene.
Yes.
Like most classic Japanese anime, this show does not skimp on the bounciness.
As it
Off to
should.
war, off to space, off to her first love being eaten by space monsters, off to her dramatic reveal as actually being competent, and lots of pretty cool fights, lots of screaming, lots of, well, one instance of a girl getting so mad she whips her tit out in rage.
As
I'm
you
not
do.
joking. There's planets explode, there's ships exploding, there's explosions exploding. It's there's quite a lot of over the topness and awesomeness to this series. Plus, a lot of the sci-fi, while being a lot of the sci-fi is actually rooted in real life physics. One of the more interesting examples is Noriko's friend from school. As Noriko basically is going around the space doing space girl stuff, and maybe aging over the course of the series a handful of years. Her friend, by the time of the end of it, has a daughter almost Noriko's age. That Noriko basically got to see her grow up as almost like different seasons of an anime. So it was overall, it's 6 episodes, great watch. The sequel also is pretty good, so too, and it kind of wraps up a little bit with a little bit more fan service as well, and more cute girls.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
So, but it's definitely the kind of it's got a bit of that thought-provokingness that a lot of the classic Gainax and Hideki Anno series were known for.
Nice. Is that complete?
Yes.
Alright. Now then, Alexa, let's see if you can get another strike. Wait, Alex, something's fuzzy with your mic. Wait, am I the only one that's having an issue, or?
No, I can't hear him either.
Alex, is everything alright? Alex?
Okay.
Looks like you not hear me.
Okay, well, I mean, I can hear you now. Can I keep with this level, though?
Hold on a second.
There we go, there we go, there we go. Yada oxen free.
Even I hate having to use my own headphones this way. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, you can hear me now with my awful audio quality in the headphones, which is what I was trying to avoid. So I was using my my aux cord.
But anywho.
Anyway. Yeah, so I remember reading the chapter 0 for this one. So essentially the premise is that it's basically a underground mixed martial arts series, but it's a it's an underground female mixed martial arts series. So you know, if you like Baki, but I guess, well, I wouldn't say the series is like Baki specifically. Baki's way out there, but if you like, you know, I guess female boxing or, you know, female mixed martial arts kind of stuff and whatnot, then I definitely would recommend this series. So the the girl on the cover, she's basically like the champion, stuff like that, and she you probably would think like, oh, she looks pretty cute and stuff like that and whatnot. You probably would be. She seems unassuming, but she's actually really strong. Actually, like really strong. Literally in like the first, sorry, not the first chapter, but like I guess it would be the first chapter. basically in like the first chapter, they show you like a fight between her and another fighter, and I'm pretty sure she's like what taller and like she's a lot more she seems a lot more beefier, if that makes sense.
A muscle mummy is what you're looking for.
I mean, sure, I guess that's sure, I guess if that's the description you want to go with.
Yes.
And basically, the Slayer underestimates her, and she basically ends up getting her ass kicked. And I think the whole thing with the main character is that she's trying to, she essentially is trying to satisfy her, I guess her fighting uh, urges or something like that, or she wants like a challenge essentially. That's what it kind of seems like. Um, yeah, I think that's probably all I can come with because I again I never managed to like get back into it because I was been busy and whatnot. But it's a seinen series, and when did this come out again? Oh,
Mhm.
it came out fairly recently. It came out in like 2023.
Ah. Well, I'll allow it.
So,
Ugh.
huh?
Oh, no, never mind. I would allow it because, like, again, you had a struggle, so it's like, whatever.
Wait, what was I struggling with?
Well, no, like, no, the whole thing of, like, from, basically when it's, female protagonist started to 2010, but it's not.
Okay. But yeah, so it's called Star Strike It Rich, and I definitely do recommend reading it. I swear, it's good.
Mm-hmm. Right then.
Seriously, if you like boxing and sports and stuff like that, and martial arts and whatnot, then definitely read it.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
And yes, even if it is a seinen, it's fine.
Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about Alita Battle Angel, which the live action movie came out not too long ago, and it was pretty decent. Also, the actress herself was pretty good, and by all means, it was, fun to watch. Now,
Fortunately, certain dumbass has decided to make a big fuss about it because it competed with a less than favored movie that featured a female lead that came out around the certain time.
mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
think Battle Angel was the only movie of note that came out in that time frame.
Yeah, there you go. But anywho.
Oh, whatever.
But yes, anyway, so now this manga was originally created in 1990 by a mangaka known as, and I can only find the name, by Yukuto Kishiro, and it was adapted later in like basically again the live action feature film, things like that. But anywho, this is it's about a cyborg who undergoes a journey of self-discovery, love, and rebellion. Because we all love rebellion, we all love sticking it to the man. In a bleak post-apocalyptic future. Now, funny enough, this future is set in the year 2563, 3 centuries after a devastating societal collapse known as the Great Fall. Pretend that I was doing the Dr. Evil thing, the Great Fall, the air quotes. But anyway, so the story begins this gritty, lawless metropolis of Iron City, and a compassionate cybernetic doctor by the name of Dyson Ito, who finds a discarded, incomplete female cyborg, Alita, of course, and basically, gives her a human brain from a massive junkyard, and we get these, basically again, it is this, it is about her, Alita, discovering who she is, and, this, basically about, love and everything, and what does it mean to be alive? What does it mean to exist, especially in this world? Something that's very thought-provoking, and, it just kind of annoys me how when the live action movie was coming out, idiots were just breathing hard about how she is pretty and why does her face look like that, and it's simple. Men and women are attracted to things that appeal. If she looked like Rosie O'Donnell, no one would want to watch this because that would be hideous, horrendous, grotesque, and a crime against humanity. But I digress. This is a very good watch, a very good read, and it's basically has a compelling female character. Something that these mouth breathers on Twitter love to, scream about how there's not any compelling character or complex female characters in media. Well, here's one right here. Granted, they never give the time of day, but that's beside the point. Overall, though, the action's good. Alita is basically a sweetheart. She is adorable, and again, the art style, the story is very interesting, and I absolutely enjoy it and highly recommend you read the manga. And also support the live action movie that came out, wait, was it 2019?
I think it was like 20.
I thought it was 2019.
I think it was like 20. Hold on.
Well, either way, go support the movie because it was much better than a certain other movie that I'm not gonna say just to be a good sport.
That more importantly,
yeah,
support the movie.
2019.
Support the movie so we have a chance to get part 2 and part 3.
Yes, because
part 2 is just going to be glorious sports violence.
And this again, beautiful. The character is amazing, and to be fair, her whole thing of kind of discovering who she is, kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Data or Data, if you're a douchebag, from Star Trek, when there's that one episode kind of answering, what is a life form? What is humanity? Absolutely, I love that.
She's talking about the episode The Measure of a Man.
Yes. I absolutely love that episode, by the way. Fucking fantastic. Loved it. But it's kind of like that episode if you're a Star Trek fan, where it's throughout the entire...
Also, since Alita Battle Angel was, at least the anime, was... I don't know if they, directly dubbed and distributed it, or if they took it over from maybe Central Park Media or something, but it was at one point an ADV release for the West. So I might look for it on DVD.
But anywho, yes. And with that being said, totally support this. Watch the anime, read the manga, and even watch the movie. That way we can also get to and see glorious sports violence, like Abyssal said. Now then, Erica. Wait, was it Erica? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Erica.
Alright. Hold on, there we go. Alright, so this is Dirty Pair. A cheerish. It started off as a light novel, a series of light novels that were originally a bit more morbid or dark. I think it was a lot more like darker in the light novels than the actual anime series. In the mid 80s to early 90s. Hold on. Yeah, the late 90s. They have made anime of the Dirty Pair light novels, including some OVA movies and an OVA series. The original TV series ran for, I think, less than somewhere over half a 100 episodes, so like over 50.
I'm never just gonna ignore that Erica basically almost like went into her Brooklyn accent.
Okay.
I'm
Anyway.
rocking here. But anyway, continue, Yaka.
Never mind. Anyway, Dirty Pair is about. Oh, let me. Alright, Kay and Yuri, who are the lovely angels, who are, I think in the TV show they're like a part of the intergalactic police force, but in the OVA they're actually like a part of a private organization. But they are often called Dirty Pair, not because they do dress rather scantily, but that's not why they're called Dirty Pair. They're called Dirty Pair because whenever they do a job, expect massive collateral damage. I think in one episode, they end up accidentally destroying an entire fucking planet.
As you do.
Yeah. I've only seen the OVA series, but they seem really fun. So, the two girl characters, they also have like this pet giant monster cat who I think I might be confusing it for another series who have a giant monster cat, but I think it might have some limited psionic powers.
How many anime
again,
has a pet giant monster cat?
I think there's I don't think it was like an anime, but it might have been like a Western cartoon that has a very similar art style. But anyway, so Kay is the red-haired gal who is your typical tomboy, loud and very easy to loud and aggressive girl. Yuri is the blue-haired girl who is basically more feminine, refined, and reserved and stuff. But she's very much capable of being a fucking resorting to acts of extreme violence when needed. And yeah, they are Dirty Pair.
Mm-hmm. Is that it?
Yeah, I do mention that in some folks, at least with the TV show, there is a notable episode where the main conflict is the father of this wealthy father of this one guy is very against him marrying this woman who is revealed to be trans, and apparently the father has invented essentially cryogenic stasis for traveling long distances in space, and his idea is to fucking send his son's lover into one of these capsules so that he doesn't have. So I don't know. It's just like I don't like you dating this woman, so I'm essentially freezing her and sending her into deep space. And then his
As
son
you
is like,
do.
"Fuck you, Dad! I'm also getting into one of these capsules." And he's like, and then the father's like, "What? Fuck no! I'm sorry!" And gets into one of the capsules. I'm just like, what?
As you
Okay.
do.
It's just so stupid.
Hmm.
It's like, to be fair, I've only seen that episode through this one person's overview of the series. So, yeah, it is. This was this is a 1980s anime, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, think about that.
Alright, now let's continue. End of episode.
With Labor. This is actually the one show that I picked that does not really have much in the way of fan service. And it takes place in the very far off future of 1998. Hello?
Yes.
Okay, good. It just got really quiet here.
Oh, I'm
All
sorry.
right. So
Credits
yes.
here.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, yeah, it originally aired in 1988, and it was actually a pretty popular series for a while. Main character is a girl named Noa Izumi, who really, really likes robots. She joins the.
So
She
sorry to
joined.
interrupt. How
What's up?
how far apart is this series and Gundam as far as like years?
Uh, I think Gundam came out like 79.
Okay, I
I
see.
want to say either late 70s, early 80s for 0079. Um, yes. But anyway, so our main character, Noah, joins the Tokyo Metropolitan Police for their labor division. So in this case, labor refers to a manned robotic suit designed to do some kind of manual labor. Naturally, you have instances where people got drunk, got in the giant robotic construction equipment, and started running amok. Normal police forces were not equipped to deal with that. So they developed specialized combat mechs. Quote unquote combat, I should say. They're not exactly designed for well, they're very high spec. They're not designed for military use. And on the first day of the job, before she could even be introduced to everyone, Noah witnesses some criminals trying to steal the police force's newest labor, the Type 98. She then goes into pursuit, eventually boarding it and taking control. Manages to defeat the baddies and all that. And because of the way the learning computer of the suit functions, she's basically got a head start on everyone else in using this, so they decided to make her the pilot anyway. One of the things I love about this is it is very much a comedy series. She is assigned to the Metropolitan Police Special Vehicles Section 2 Division 2. Well, Division in 1 is a bunch of people who are all hyper competent and very good at their jobs. Division 2 is where they stuck everybody else. That just, even with their overall level of competency being decent, they're also all functionally insane.
As you do.
So there was several iterations of the series, its own manga volumes, and several OVA movies. One of which has one of the best lines in an anime movie.
Mm-hmm.
When the transfer officer from New York returns to Japan in the events of the movie, the customs agent asks her whether she's visiting Japan for business or pleasure. She then takes off her sunglasses, looks him in the eye, and goes, "Combat."
Ah, metal.
It's also very popular for the way it illustrates how the mechs work and interact. Like generally, the mechs don't. Most of them don't have super. Most of the police mechs you see don't have super fast transportation available. They're generally hauled around on a specialized carrier, that deploys them. And so
Mm.
it's like they're very much a piece of equipment, so to speak. And then there's certain details, like for example, the sidearm, the primary ranged weapon for the mech, is basically a revolver that's stored in the lower leg portion. Well, normally you'd have to crouch down a little bit to touch your lower leg, to get this gun. However, when the gun pops out of its whole casing, the mech's wrist actually extends to grab and quickly bring the gun back up, which I thought was always a nice touch.
Nice.
Characters are all very well done, very charming, and you get into all kind. Even the guys that are straight up there to be comic relief end up pretty. They have their people like them as their favorites.
Mm. Alright then. Is that it?
Yes, that is it for
I
me.
do have a, I do have a question.
What's that?
Okay, so when was the series made again?
It first aired in '88, but it ran through to '94.
Okay. So would you say this anime, as far as like a mecha series and stuff like that, did it like, I don't know, it came out like probably at the time when like other mecha series were like kind of like gaining popularity or something like that?
Mecha had pretty much established a lot of its popularity already by this point. You had in Japan, you had Gundam, which was already starting to air. You probably had Macro. I'd have to look it up, but you had Macross already. Then you'd have some. There were several series running. Even in America, you had the BattleTech franchise that started around this time. So, the '80s to the '90s were kind of the heyday of giant robot anime series.
Mm. Nice. Alright then, let us continue. Alex.
My turn already?
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay if I could skip my turn for a second?
I mean, in fairness, sure. Like mine was the, last one, so... But
Yeah, that's fine.
I. In that case. And then it is me! Now, just so it's clear, do you want me to go back to you, or...
Yeah, go back to me after you're done.
Okay. So, anyway, this, just like a couple of these, I'm pretty sure does not need any introduction. Especially if you're a girl during the MySpace era, and, well, let's be real, this is every American girl's first fucking romance anime. I am pretty sure it, like, come on. But anywho, this is Inuyasha, and stories say that there was like a prequel, but sadly that prequel never happened ever, and it doesn't matter whatsoever. There's no, what is it?
Prequel?
Yeah, I meant to say sequel, didn't I? There's no sequel to Inuyasha. There never was, there never will be. It never happened. It was a fever dream, just like the Star Wars Christmas, the Avatar The Last Airbender movie, Dragon Ball Evolution, and whatever else you want to insert into here. But, anyway, Inuyasha. This,
I don't know if those series. I mean, I don't know if those like examples are. I don't think the sequel is nearly as bad as those movies.
I mean, I mean, Sesshomaru literally dated Rin, aka the, girl that he took care of. So, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But anyway. So, this came out in 1996. And this was created by, well, to be fair, this is also out as an added bonus, a female mangaka, the legend herself, Rumiko Takahashi. Now, this is an added thing too, because a lot of idiots believe that there's no female mangaka in, when it comes to creating manga, because they are stupid. So, we have to help them out and point out that yes, there are a lot of female mangaka out there, and you need to stop being stupid. But anyway, that being said, this is about Kagome, a Japanese girl who, and to be technicality, this was a isekai. I mean, it's not classified as one, but in a technical sense it was or is, whatever. And she falls down a well. It goes back to ancient time ago, where demons roamed all over Japan. She met Inuyasha, who was arrowed to the tree through the heart because he gave love a bad name. And it turned out that his ex-girlfriend Kikyo's the one that did it. And it later turns out that was because of Naraku and his bullshittery. And while this is a beautiful manga / anime, I will say I assume it was filler. There was just so much shit in between. It was like, okay, can we get to the point? Because it took way too long for them to get to, well, the point. And the thing is, so see, this whole Shikan jewel, that, if I recall correctly, was the size of maybe a ping pong ball, I think. And it's kind of like, after a while, how many other pieces of the jewel shard is there when there seems like there's a lot of demons that have a piece of that Shikan jewel that basically ramps up their power, and they do, evil demon stuff. But this right here, what makes Kagome so good is, yes, there are times that she is a damsel, but there are other times when she will deliver that smoke. She has the purification arrow that if it hits you, you are purified. And if you're a demon, you are absolutely destroyed. And she is basically, again, a good character, mostly because she keeps Inuyasha in line with her classic line of Down Boy, which I've seen, I think, last year. That I guess an artwork piece was going around where a female character told a male character Down Boy, and the guy basically would sit down. But Inuyasha is
Fair, that was because he was wearing that enchanted necklace.
And anyway, so basically, Inuyasha is a bit of an asshole. He also is a half demon of a half dog demon. His, brother, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, is a bit more harder, but that's beside the point. Sesshomaru is a massive douchebag, a sexy one, but still a massive douchebag. And he at least has a good heart on him because he does take care of Rin, and he is a father figure to Rin, and nothing else happens whatsoever. But again, Kagome, she again is a nice character, and also she's very helpful, very useful. She is a bit of a damsel here and there, but it's never the major thing. Like, she does, again, can take care of herself She does help others. And yeah, this again, a strong, amazing female character back in the 90s. Who was also in a love romance relationship with Inuyasha. And also, all the characters are pretty good except Shippo. I'm sorry for the Shippo fans, but he sucked. And yeah, other than that though, this was a pretty good anime, and I highly recommend. Well, if you do watch it, try to get the one without the filters, because again, it goes on for way too long, to the point where it's like, okay, come on, let's get to the damn point. Now, with that being said, Alex, it is your turn.
What is it? I'm not here.
It is the one that you chose.
No, it totally wasn't me. It was you.
No.
Uh, um, Shoot. Actually, did have a question about Inuyasha, by the way.
Oh, what is that?
Um, well, you said it was made in 1996, right?
Yes.
Okay. What other anime that came out during that time?
Yeah, because I remember it most thanks to thanks to again MySpace, and I remember that there was a lot of girls. This was their first anime ever. Kind of like how a lot of boys' first anime is Dragon Ball Z most of the time. I mean,
Okay.
but yeah. But what was the question though?
That was my question. It was what other anime came out during time the same as Inuyasha? Because I named Azumi, and Azumi and Inuyasha's styles kind of seem pretty different.
I mean, I'm not gonna say which one was which, but
Well, they seem different in a way that's Azumi looks like something could probably be from the '80s. To be honest, did it seem that way to you guys?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're
it
saying.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. Anyway, okay. Enough stalling. So I picked the series Tenpu. Tenpu? It means Iron Wind. This series, like the last one I talked about, Star, which, by the way, they are both they're both about mixed martial arts. And you could probably say, well, wait, isn't Izumi like ninja stuff? Well, it has martial arts in it. Okay, that's what the tag said. Okay, it plus ninjas do martial arts. Haven't you seen Naruto? But jokes aside, jokes aside, so Tenfu is about our protagonist, who is basically good at everything. Like legit, she's good at everything. She literally does not need to practice or anything. She gets it on the first try. She's so good at everything that she is pretty much bored because she is that good.
Hmm.
And before you start thinking this is like uh, I don't know what the example would be. I don't know. Before you think she's like a Mary Sue or something like that, this is the interesting part. So she's trying to combat her boredom and stuff like that, and she ends up coming across somebody that's hosting a martial arts club, and she essentially doesn't seem interested in it. But then afterwards, she starts. She gets a little she's chemically thinking about it, so she goes to go try, and the girl in charge of it, essentially she's really nice. She's pretty I guess bubbly. This is probably her personality. I'd probably describe it. And the other thing was that, or I guess the other thing is that she's from Brazil.
Nice. Welcome to Brazil.
but but she's not like. But I wouldn't say she's like a big booty Latina.
No.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. um, I mean, if you're into tall girls, the main character's tall. She's like pretty tall. Um, yeah. So these two basically, so basically, she came here just essentially just to kind of like, you know, um, be kind of a dick. Just like essentially just came here just to beat the girl, just because. Um, and what ends up happening is basically they have like a bit of an exchange of sparring, quote unquote sparring, even though they're you know legit. She's like actually trying to fight. What was that joke before? What's that joke like? I can't remember what it was. It was like something like it's supposed to be a sparring match. Why are you trying to turn it into a death match or something? Um, I'm probably not even saying it right, but yeah. So they have a little exchange, and basically stuff happens. Stuff happens. We do actually get a little bit of information that she used to be in the karate club before, and then after she leaves, she notices that she has a nosebleed because during one of their exchanges during that quote unquote sparring match, the girl managed to actually kick her in the nose, even though
Oh,
she thought she had, even though
normally when
the
I
girl
hear
had thought.
character has a nose bleed, I thought, oh, and it turned out the other girl managed to flash her and she wasn't wearing underwear or something like that.
No.
No, unfortunately, she was wearing she was wearing shorts. I'm sorry. I know you're disappointed. But yeah, so essentially, an attack that the banker thought she dodged. Nope, she did not dodge it. In fact, she definitely got hit by that, and she's kind of a little frustrated because it's like, shit. Like I'm actually like I actually like got hit, and not only that, the girl was saying like, "Oh, I'm sure you'll get better eventually." So she's frustrated, and she actually might be taking an interest in getting into mixed martial arts just from the fact that, well, I mean, it seemed like this other girl was a lot stronger than her. So that's pretty much the premise, and I guess it's kind of similar to Star as far as like, you got a character that essentially like has like just wants a challenge essentially and stuff. And they're both mixed martial arts, so there's also that. So if you're really into like, if you just like it, seeing girls fight in, in sports and stuff like that, then I guess this is definitely for you. Funny enough, I think either one of my friends recommended it or I randomly saw it on YouTube. I'm going with the latter because I think I did see it on YouTube. Wait, is that the right word? Ladder?
Yes, latter. Yes.
Yeah, so I had saw it on YouTube, and I went to go watch it because sometimes YouTube actually recommends, well, recommends these videos that like talk about like different mangas and stuff like that and whatnot. So, and I showed it off to one of my friends, and he's really into like anything to do with like uh sports with female characters stuff like that and whatnot. I guess I guess I don't know how to put it. He definitely likes the female form, that's for sure, and the physique.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I recommend it to him. He seemed pretty interested in it. Um, I also had thought about something because I had mentioned Baki before. I guess both series could be similar to Baki, but not in like the same way. It's more like in like the details they kind of give. I guess if you've ever read like a sports manga or like Hajime no Ippo or something like that, they kind of include like actual like details about like moves or like stuff about throwing jabs and stuff like that. Like Star had mentioned like the flicker jab, which is something I remember from watching Hajime no Ippo and stuff. So I was like, that kind of interests me a little bit and whatnot. So if you're into like that sort of thing, then I definitely recommend the series stuff.
Alright then. Now, was that complete?
Are you complete?
No. But alright. Now with that being said, boop. That is the end, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to see us. Now, as usual, let's do the final conclusion, which is simple. Idiots on
I'm
Twitter.
very disappointed you didn't make a joke when you said that.
I did. I said thank you for coming. And be sure to put emphasis on come.
Never mind.
But anywho. Now, with that being said though, remember.
There have been anime series with the female leads. Just stop looking at young boys anime. Anime targeted for young boys.
Well then also remember, Twitter is idiots. And the idiot that said, that the whole...
Twitter is the sea of piss, and everyone is just continuously pissing in it.
Yes.
I thought that was Reddit.
No, I'm pretty sure
No,
Kirsch,
Reddit is poop.
made that analogy for Twitter.
But anyway.
I do have to point out that literally all three of the manga I recommended are all semen.
Nice.
But anyway.
So that the whole targeting towards boys is like that. I mean, yeah, obviously boys are probably gonna watch girls beat up each other.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying that the people say are like complaining that there's not enough female representation in anime and manga. They only watch shonen, like mainstream shonen anime.
Yes, which is why
Like
again.
fucking One Piece, Naruto.
She says
Naruto.
Naruto.
Naruto. Jesus
Sorry.
Christ.
Sorry. I used to watch. I watched it on Toonami.
Fair enough.
Yes.
So we're lucky that she just doesn't that Toonami didn't pronounce it as Naruto or something like that.
Or hell, I've
Or
watched that
Luffy
one.
and Fluffy.
Yeah, like I've watched Mojo video, and they kept calling Luffy. It's like, it's Luffy.
Are you like using text to speech or some shit, man?
Like, but anyway, the main point, the overall point is, don't listen to idiots, they're dumb. And also, that there's been amazing female characters that have nothing to do with ecchi, or harem, or, anything cutesy-rootsy. There have been absolutely awesome powerhouses, like we've all just shown you. And also just amazing female characters overall. So yes,
Yeah.
female characters, including female mangaka, have been a thing for the absolute longest time. Again, idiots just don't know how to do this thing called research or think, because they got one thing.
Most of at least half of the series we did aired either in the early 90s or the late 80s.
But
before a lot of these people crying about it even and were staying on their father's underwear.
Yes. But with that being said, since we all did our own look in conclusion, alright, everyone, bye!
Bye.
Hold on.